Hey folks, in today's video, I wanted to showcase a Docker image I created a while ago. And this is built to ensure that you don't have to spend a lot of time and effort getting started with running your own SQL queries on real world data sets. As long as you have Docker, you can use this image. And what you get are three things. You get PgWeb, which is a browser based SQL client. You get Postgres, which is one of the most popular databases, open source databases in the world. And you get a specific data set from Kaggle, which is the Google App Store data set. And all you have to do to use this is pretty much go to Postgres, go to the Docker Hub, copy paste the Docker command, and then type it in your terminal. As you can see, I've typed the command to pull the Docker image from my repository. Um, I have a Docker repository where I put up multiple images based on some of these objectives. And while this is happening, you free to do whatever you want. But this is a small image. You'll extract and download it pretty quickly. And once you've done that, you can switch over to the website, the Docker website, and copy paste this command. And what this command is doing really is it's running the container, right? But before it, just runs the container, it's making sure that you're able to access the PgWeb browser-based SQL client from your browser. And it's doing a bunch of things. I won't get into it now. For those of you who know Docker, I think this is straightforward. But for those of you who don't, I might do a video in the future on how you can get started with Docker. Let's take this and go back to our terminal and let's run this. Okay, so this ran, and we're expected to go to the browser and go to port 8081. There's a bunch of other instructions that I've shared in the Docker image page. Let's try it out. So localhost 8081. All right. While PgWeb is a very popular Postgres GitHub Postgres client, SQL client, you could use this to connect to other Postgres databases. We're going to connect to the Postgres that is running inside of the container. Okay. And here we'll just copy, all these values, which is um, localhost for host. The username is root. The password is root, and the database is data. All right. In the database is data. Okay. So when you connect after providing these values, I've actually run some queries before, so it has cached it on my browser, but you'll be presented with this interface, which is the PgWeb interface, and this is the data set. It's not the entire data set on Kaggle. It's a sample because I wanted the image to be very lightweight, and you can see it provides you with all sorts of information about your particular table in that database. You have a query window where you can express your SQL queries here. Let's say select count star from Play Store apps. And when you run this query, you get the result, which is the number of rows in this data set, which is around 1 million rows. You have 1 million rows here. And as long as you want to just browse, you don't have to query, you can just click on the rows icon there, the rows menu item, and then you can check out the various columns. And this is an interesting data set because this is real world data from the Google Play Store. You can see that there's a bunch of analyses you could do, right? Let's go back and you know check out some of the. Let's see, we want to find the number of apps in the by category, right? So I'm not going to make this a SQL tutorial, but just to show you a few queries. Once we type this in, you have the answer. and let's do it. Let's get a sort. All right, so it seems like education is very popular in the App Store. The sampling that I did from the full dataset is not stratified. It was a random sample, so maybe this does represent the entire dataset. But the purpose of this video is to showcase to you that with this image, with this PG image tutor Docker image that I've uploaded on Docker, you can easily get started with this particular dataset. And I have plans of adding more datasets. So if you have any suggestions on what datasets you might like to see, and I'll be more than happy to update the image and make it available to everybody on the Docker page. That's it for this video. It's a short one. It's different from all the other videos we've been doing on the LLMs and APIs. I'll be doing a bunch of other videos on how to use Docker for trying so many different technologies that are out there. I've been playing with Llama CPP the last few days, and maybe I'll do a video on that next. But if you like this video, if you're finding value with some of these videos, do subscribe and leave comments about suggestions, how I can make this better, what would you like to see, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for listening.